Hi guys, I know I haven't done a video in a while, but I wanted to address this idea that anything over 25 to 30 grams of protein over an hour or 2 hours is going to not be absorbed and peed out in your urine. There should not be any protein in urine. Excuse my urine here. There shouldn't be any protein normally in urine. If you have protein or albumin in your urine, that's something you want to see a doctor about, because the body spares protein. It doesn't send it out through urine. I think maybe when this was said that it was kind of meant as a simple way to encourage you to split your protein throughout the day, which is a good idea. But I just wanted to dispel the idea that if you have 40 grams of protein at breakfast, you can only count 25 or can only count 30. Your body uses all of it. So when you eat protein, it goes through your digestive tract, and most food takes 6 to 8 hours to digest. Pure whey protein goes through the digestive tract in less, maybe 1 to 3 hours, say. So you do have less time to absorb from that, but your body absorbs it. It doesn't then go into the additional 10 or 20 grams doesn't then go into the urine. The urine, or the kidneys, have what's called glomerular filtration. And there are these very fine filters that keep protein from going into the kidney and keep protein going through the bloodstream. So if it's 3 hours later, you don't just lose that protein. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't come out in your pee. Your kidneys won't let it come through as long as you have normal kidneys. That filter stops it, and it just goes back through your blood and back through your blood until it's all gone, digested. Now, you can only use 25 to 30 grams of protein in an hour to get to the muscles. So the study that this is based on, there was a study with bodybuilders, and they wanted to know if they drank a 50-gram protein shake after a workout, how much of that actually went to muscle repair. Okay, so they're working out hard, doing their weightlifting or whatever, and when they get done, they drank a 50-gram protein shake. And then their muscles were measured to see how much, and I'm not exactly sure how this was done, but to see how much protein actually went into the muscle, and that was about 30 grams. The other 20 didn't get peed out. The other 20 went to other functions in the body that require protein, and there's a lot of them. Any tissue repair in the body requires protein, and even if you didn't use all of it for other tissue repair, your body will burn protein as calories, so it's not wasted. The body is very efficient. It's not just going to let a bunch of protein get away. It can store some, and then it can burn the rest as calories. And the other thing about eating protein, if you're hungry, so say you've already had your 100 grams, you can go over that because protein is very filling. So especially like if you do a casein protein, what is the name of it? Micellar casein, digests very slowly, like 6 to 8 hours. So if you're finding that you're hungry a lot, you can get a good micellar casein. I'm trying to think. Dymatize has a good micellar casein, and Gold Standard has a good micellar casein. And those will digest a little bit more slowly. So if you're finding you're hungry between meals, just adding some micellar casein might help because it'll slow that digestion down. But you will absorb all of it. So what I did was I peed in a mason jar because I can throw that away. And I am going to test before I do this. So I'm going to do a test starting out to show that I don't have protein in my urine. And then I'm going to I'm going to put 12 ounces in a shaker cup, and I'm going to mix 50 grams of whey in it and drink it within an hour. And then I'm going to test my urine every hour for 6 hours to see if I show any loss of protein through the urine, okay? So these are just little urine test strips. We use these as nurses. We use these all the time just to check and see if patients have glucose or any other thing in their urine that shouldn't be in there. But one of the things that we test for is protein. So we can use these. They are medical grade. And so you dip your test strip in for 3 seconds. I know, it's gross. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And we take it out. And I will definitely clean my table after. And let's see, protein is let's turn this the right way. Protein is the 1, 2, 3, 4th marker. So let me line this up. And okay, and we see I have no protein in my urine, okay? So that's good. Got good normal kidneys. Let me check it one more time. Make sure this light's not great. Yep, we're good. No protein in the urine. If I had protein in my urine, this fourth strip would turn kind of a fluorescent yellow or green. It's nowhere near that color. The more protein you have in your urine, the greener that fourth one gets. I don't know if you can see this. Hold on, let me come around. So if I had protein in my urine, let me line this bad boy up here. See the fourth one in? 1, 2, 3, 4. This one would be green. And as you can see, or even yellow, as you can see, it's not green or yellow. So I have no protein in my urine. I hope you can see that. So I will get rid of all this, take a break, get rid of all this, clean my table with some 91% rubbing alcohol so we make sure to have any bacteria off it. And I have a trash bag down so that it doesn't actually get on the table. And then I'll make the shake. I'll drink it over an hour, and I'll keep coming back and doing the strips and updating you guys. So by the end of this, I should have one video that is kind of cut together that shows everything. And I hope it helps. Okay, so I'm going to clean my table here. Make sure I went and washed my hands, washed out that cup, and I will sterilize out the cup in between so that we know we don't have any kind of contaminants when we're testing the urine. I should have thought to buy some Dixie cups or something, but I don't even know if you can still buy those. Whew, that alcohol's strong. All right, I'm gonna use some on my hands. Excuse my messy kitchen. I have my 1-month-old goddaughter that I'm helping take care of, and so everything kind of goes crazy while she's here. So let me get the blender. So I'm going to pour in 12 ounces. Let's shake this up. This is just unsweetened almond milk. I thought about doing it with water just so we couldn't say there was some effect from the milk, but almond milk is basically water. Okay, so there's 12 ounces of that. I'm going to add 2 scoops, which is, there's 25 grams in a scoop of protein. I'm going to add 2, which will give me 50. And then we'll set a timer. 1. This thing's going to be so thick. Oh, my cat. Okay. Get that in there. And I'll blend it for a couple seconds, and I'm sure I'll wake the baby up. But that's how dedicated I am to science. Okay. Well, there we go. I got this for Christmas, and it has a food processing option, so I'm excited to get back to cooking for you guys. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's going to be loud. Okay, that's it. So I will spend, well, I'll try to get it drank as quickly as possible. I don't actually want to take an hour. I want to see if I can get this whole thing down in 30 minutes. And I'm 1.5 years out, so that's possible. Let me rinse this off. And I'll put my little drinkable lid on here. This is a Ninja, I can't remember what model, but I really like it. Okay. So that whips up to about a lot. It's pretty full. There's kind of some foam to it. Usually I make these and put them in the fridge overnight and they settle and you don't have all the foam because the thickener settles a little bit. But I'm going to drink this as quick as I can. It is $2.49 right now. So I will definitely try to have this drunk, or will have it drunk by $3.49 if it kills me. Then we'll do another, we'll wait an hour. We'll do a urine strip and we'll see if I leaked any protein into my urine. So we'll be back. Okay. An hour in and the baby's waking up, so I'm going to hurry, but before peeing in the cup, I went ahead and had 19 more grams. So we're at 79 grams of protein, which is almost 80. I did 60 in the first hour, and then like half an hour later did 20 more. So I peed, and we'll see if there is any protein in my urine. And I sterilized the cup out with boiling water in between. So let's test this. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And we'll compare. Okay, so we will see that my strip is still orange. It is not yellow or green. Hold on, let me show you here. So 1, 2, 3, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. You can see it is orange. If I can get it lined up right. Okay, this one. So you can see mine is orange and it would have to be yellow or green to be showing positive right there. So there's mine. There's the test, and as you can see, I'm nowhere near spilling any kind of protein in my urine. That's an hour out. I will come back in another hour, check again, see if there's any protein in my urine. I'm going to have dinner at some point, which is going to add more protein. So just an update where we're at. That was test number 1. I did a baseline test when I started before I drank the protein to make sure I didn't have protein in my urine, just as some kind of kidney dysfunction I didn't know about, and that was negative. Then my 1 hour after 60 grams of protein was also negative. So we'll be back in an hour and check again. Okay, I'm guessing the light's terrible, but here we are. So I did the first test at an hour. So I had 50 grams of protein between, I wrote this down. At 2:49 I did a baseline protein test, and my urine was negative for protein. Then between 2:49 and 3:49, I drank 50 grams of whey protein. And at 4:49, I did a urine protein test and it was negative. And I messed up that video, so I'm just telling you that now. Now I'm at the 2-hour mark after eating 50 grams of protein. Actually, I've eaten more because I've had a snack since then, but since that initial 50 grams, which was whey protein, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Which was whey protein, because that's the one that digests the fastest. So I figured let's take the one that digests the fastest and look at it to see if it spills into the urine if you eat more than 25 grams. And yes, I'm cleaning this table. It's got a trash bag down. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and in order to have protein in my urine, I would have to have a greenish color. And I do not, so let me show you that. It's like a yellow-green or, let me see if you can see it. Okay, so, oh, that light's terrible. You can't really see, but my test strip is orange. 4 in, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one is orange, and it would have to be like this color green. Oh, the light is terrible. Anyway, it's negative. So 2 hours in after having 50 grams of whey protein, no protein is coming out in my urine. My test is so negative, it's ridiculous. As it should be, because your kidneys should not spill urine, or should not spill protein. Okay, so that's 2 consecutive tests, 2 hours, negative protein in the urine. I will be back at hour 3 and check it again. Okay, we are back at hour 3 of the protein test, and I wanted to put the camera over the table so that you guys can actually see these results. So I ate, at 2:49, I ate 50 grams of protein. And I've been testing, it took me till 3:49 to eat it. I've been testing my urine every hour since then to see if there is protein in my urine. Because in a normal, healthy person, there should not be protein in the urine no matter how much protein you drink. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Okay, I'm just gotta wait a minute for this to do its thing. But anyway, I wanted to do it this way, hoping that you all, scrape that off a little bit, can see. So it actually goes like this. And it takes just a minute for this to, about 60 seconds for the protein to show up. Okay, so I've got them lined up with their boxes, and you can see this one here is the protein. Okay, and I wish I could see that a little bit better, but you can see mine is consistently orange. It shows normal as being kind of a green color, but that's not what color mine is. But it is not green. Green is, you know, these are these differing shades of green. So here's like a kind of a fluorescent green, and then it just gets more progressively easy to read as green. You can see that mine looks fine, but as you can see, we're what, 3 tests in, I think. I definitely am not spilling any protein in my urine. This idea that, maybe that helps, this idea that you're going to have protein in your urine, or you're going to, if you eat anything over 25 or 30 grams in an hour, that you're going to start spilling protein. It's just, there's no, I don't know. I didn't hear Dr. Weiss say it, but a lot of other, I think enough other people have heard him say it that I feel like that's a reliable thing that people have told me. Okay, so yeah, I've had enough people tell me that they've heard this either from Dr. Weiss or from other doctors. I think Brenda Owsley said she had heard it from other doctors. So I don't know if they're just explaining it wrong, or I cannot imagine that a medical doctor would actually think that you would have protein in your urine from eating protein or eating a lot of protein at one time, because just, I mean, like, it's one of the things I learned really early on in nursing school, that if somebody's got protein in their urine, something's wrong. You need to get with the doctor so that they can do some kind of renal consult, because it just shouldn't be that way. So I have to think they know, and maybe they're simplifying it because they want you to spread it out. I don't know. But I mean, you can see I had 50 grams of protein, and for 3 hours I've had, and whey is the fastest digesting. It digests in about 2 hours. So I obviously used it all, absorbed all of the protein, because there is none in my urine. I don't even think I'm going to test anymore, because it's so clear that it's not in there. Don't be afraid. I talked to Dr. Quintero, or she sent me a message that said, if you eat 45 grams of protein at once, you can count all of it. It all counts towards your 100 grams. I'm trying to find out where that misunderstanding is. I have an email into Dr. Weiss to ask if he meant protein or if he meant to say something else would be in your urine. But as you can see, all of my results are normal. So there's nothing excessive in my urine. There's no nitrates or anything, nitrites, which, you know, I wouldn't expect, but I wouldn't expect protein either. So I've not heard back. I think I sent that 3 days ago and asked that it be forwarded on to Dr. Weiss, and haven't heard anything. So I don't know. All I know is, I mean, I did a medical grade urine strip test for protein, and there is no protein in my urine. So I don't know what to say about that, but I can tell you normal people with normal kidneys do not spill protein in their urine no matter how much they eat. Now, I don't know, maybe you could do 100 grams in an hour, and I don't know. I don't think I could eat that much. I don't think any of you are going to be able to eat that much with the surgery. So I think it's a moot point, because you can't do it anyway. I'm almost 18 months out, and had a hard time doing 50 grams in an hour. So I don't think you guys are at any risk. And if you're doing a 30-gram protein shake, you can count all 30 grams. If you can drink 50 in an hour, you can count all 50. It's getting absorbed, it's getting used, it's not coming out in your pee. So if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments.